On the 30th and 31st of October, the United Nations Human Rights Council Social Forum took place at the Palais des Nations in Geneva. This year's theme focused on protecting children's rights to education and healthcare, even in the world's most challenging conflict zones. Humanity First was UK represented inside the Assembly Hall, where Mahmoud Anwar sat alongside a distinguished panel from fellow charities and United Nations offices. He highlighted the urgent need to safeguard learning for children facing crisis and shared examples of Humanity First's work supporting education and healthcare around the world. Humanity First UK also hosted a dedicated side event, bringing together educators, legal experts, diplomats, and humanitarians to explore how dignity and opportunity can be restored for young people affected by conflict. The panel included Farida Shahid, UN Special Rapporteur on the Right to Education, Professor Muhammadu M.O. Ka, Ambassador of the Gambia to the United Nations in Geneva, Pradeep Wagle of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, Sitara Bruj Akbar from Oxford University, Dr. Aziz Hafiz, Chairman of Humanity First UK, Kate Takes from Children Not Numbers, and Mahmoud Anwar, Moderator and International Liaison Officer for Humanity First UK. The discussion began with Humanity First UK Chairman Dr. Aziz Hafiz, who emphasized the importance of ensuring that the voices of children living through conflict are heard in global spaces like the United Nations, and the responsibility we all have to act on the realities they face.
So let us stop allowing bombs to decide whether a child actually learns to read, to stop allowing politics to determine who deserves to live. The Geneva Conventions, the international treaties, all noble declarations, but they are all meaningless. They mean absolutely nothing if the classroom and the clinic are not sacred to each and every one of us. So let us act with courage. Courage is not me sat here making a speech to you. That's not courage. Courage is the discomfort of commitment on the ground. It's funding those rebuilding efforts. It's protecting the teachers. It's protecting the doctors as we protect our soldiers in armed conflict. We need to demand accountability when schools are targeted, when ambulances are struck, whether it's Ukraine, whether it's Gaza, or whether it's Sudan, when children's futures are extinguished before they even begin. So let's be clear, peace will not merely come through ceasefires and ceasefire agreements. It will come when every child can study without fear, and every mother can seek care without begging for safety. So let's stand together. Let's actually put humanity first and wipe away the tears of the distressed. Thank you for your time.
I think the event was quite inspiring, and it's also important for organisations like Kate and ours to actually advocate on behalf of our beneficiaries around the world. So it's an opportunity. At times it's like they are voiceless, they don't have a voice. We feel quite honoured and privileged to be their voice here. You heard Kate speak about all the voices from Gaza. So we do our small part here to make sure that their voice is heard, and we hope that that can change policy around the world.
The session then moved to remarks from UN Special Rapporteur Farida Shahid, who spoke about the growing number of armed conflicts worldwide and the devastating consequences for education.
There were 130 recorded armed conflicts just last year. 6,000 attacks on schools and universities, students and educators, the military use of facilities. This is a 166% increase since 2021. It's forced 52 million children to leave school.
Ambassador Professor Muhammadu Ka shared how access to education transformed the course of his life. He reminded the audience that every child deserves that same opportunity, no matter where they are born or the circumstances they face.
The Humanity First is a breath of fresh air. They're doing impactful work across the world, particularly in Africa. In my country, you have Humanity Force, the Gambia, that is intervening by building learning centers to develop skills of the young people for their employability, for them to be able to create. They're also building schools. There's in the Gambia, the Masroor School. I shared with the audience that I went to Nusrat High School as a young man, which is part of the Humanities First family. So I am a beneficiary of quality education that this organization is imparting across the world. I would not be here as a diplomat and as a technologist and as an educator if I didn't have quality education as a child.
Kate Takes offered further insight into the scale of need and the urgency of protecting children's rights wherever they are.
Over 650,000 school-aged children in Gaza lack access to education and essential psychological support. Since being founded in March 2024, Children Not Numbers mission has included supporting the children in Gaza with both medical care and education.
Participants were moved by hearing directly from those working on the ground, bringing lived reality into the heart of United Nations dialogue and grounding the discussion in genuine human experience.
Being at this side event where they were discussing about it really reminded me of the importance of being there, and not just even virtually but then on the ground. And I was really impressed by the word of the chairman that said courage is not sitting here in this room speaking in front of you, but is being there on the ground and seeing the joy in children's eyes just because they had the right to have a notebook with them. So this really impressed me.
It gave me a really realistic perspective by hearing a doctor who was actually on the field, not just about a paper he had read or a book he had read, but I mean like his experience. I think that's very unique, and that's one of the most special things I would highlight about this event.
Humanity First UK remains committed to restoring hope, protecting the right to learn, and serving children living through conflict, wherever they are and however challenging the circumstances may be.